Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the rules to assign the oxidation numbers to the following elements. So if we look at the first one, H2 is all by itself. It's a neutral molecule. It has only hydrogen in it. So its oxidation number is always going to be 0. Then if we look at SO3, it's a neutral molecule because there's no little charge on it anywhere. So we know the sum of the S and the O have to equal 0. So you go through your list of rules, which you should have out with you, that was in your package called Table Rules for Assigning Oxidation Numbers. And it's number 1 says fluorine. Well, we don't have fluorine. Number 2, alkali metal. We don't have that. Number 3, alkaline earth. Nope. Number 4, silver and a few other ones. Nope. Number 5, hydrogen. Nope. So number 6 is oxygen. And that's where we start with this compound. So oxygen's -2, according to the rules. Then I'm going to erase this and make it look better, hopefully. -2. Then we have to times it by the 3 down here. So it's got a total of -6 because there's 3 oxygen there. So what plus -6 would give us 0? Well, the answer is +6, and that's the charge on sulfur. And that's how I want you to write it out. You write the -2 for 1 oxygen, then you times it by 3 to get the -6, and then the +6 to cancel it out. So if we look at SO4 2-, so it has a charge of 2-. That means we want our oxidation numbers to equal 2-. So we know oxygen is -2. We times it by 4, you get -8. What plus -8 will give us -2? And the answer is +6 again. Because +6 add -8 gives us -2. Now moving on to K positive. It's all by itself and it has a charge of +1, so that's its oxidation number. We look at NH3, so we have to start with the rules. Number 1 doesn't apply, number 2 doesn't really apply, or you can consider hydrogen an alkali metal. But either way, hydrogen's assigned +1. Then you times it by the 3 and you get +3. That's a pretty nasty looking 3. Let's try this again. So this is +1, this is +3. So what do you have to add to +3 to get 0? Well, the answer is -3, so nitrogen's going to be a -3. MnO4, oxygen's -2, times 4 is -8. What do we have to add to -8 to get that -1 charge that we see here? Well, in this case, it's +7. Go down to C2O7. We have -2 times 7 is -14. So what plus -14 gives us -2? Well, we have +12. Now, because we have this 2 right here, that means you divide 12 by 2 and you get +6. So 1 CR is +6, 2 CRs are +12. Now let's look at the next one, CH3OH. So you can see it's a little bit more complicated because we have 3 different elements and 1 element's used twice. Don't combine them together, leave them as they are. So we know following the rules that hydrogen's +1 and then +1 +3. We know oxygen's -2. So far we have +3 +1 is +4. -2 gives us a +2 charge, and this has to equal 0. So what do we add to +2 to get to 0? Well, we add -2. If we look at this one, we have -2 times the 4 is -8. And what do we add to -8 to get a charge of 3-? Well, P has to be +5. Here we have -2 times 3 is -6, and we want Cl to be whatever to give us a charge of -1, so Cl is going to be +5. Here we know hydrogen's +1, oxygen's -2 times 3 is -6. So far we have a total charge of -5. And we want a charge of -1, so sulfur has to be a +4. And then finally, the last one is just a 0 because it's like the first one we started with. So you're going to try your sheet and check your answers on the answer key. And if you have any problems, please contact me and hopefully I can explain it clearer.